How's Dave? Dave has the cold. He's getting better.
Hi, Evelyn. Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, Yolanda.
Let me see.
Where are my bags? Here.
Yeah, you can hear her.
Hi, Miriam.
No, you can't.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
Is that Miriam?
Feeling better?
I'm trying to find it.
Harold.
Susie.
Harold.
Hi.
How are you? Joyce.
Hi, Judy.
Hi,
Hi, Judy.
Miriam.
Hi, Carol.
Hi, Carol.
All the way from New York.
New York in the house.
Hello from Prescott.
Okay.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Diane.
Hey, Joyce.
You guys are wearing masks.
How are you doing?
There you go.
Huh?
Hey, Miriam.
Joyce got booted out of the chair.
There's a lot more getting on now.
She's starting soon.
63.
Yes.
I put the Pinchas there.
Cantor
There is
How many 63?
Turn out, everybody.
We are active.
Hello,
Hi,
Harold.
Judy.
I don't do that when I have
Oh,
to.
Hi, David.
active speaking mean.
I'm talking.
Reva.
Lights dull, that's the problem.
Hi, Lael.
Bulbs till they go.
Burns in Minnesota.
Hi.
Part of the family is in Oregon.
Hi, Ross.
Yeah, Beth, great to see you.
Oh, I forgot about hi.
Whatever.
Hi, Marcia. How are you feeling tonight?
A
little better.
From
Yeah.
I want the active
unactive speaker.
I'm not talking.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to our Shabbat evening service for Temple Ves Shalom of the West Valley. Greetings to all of our visitors this evening who are joining our service for the first time. And as the saying goes, first time you're a visitor, second time you're a guest, third time you're part of the family. So we hope to see you again so that we can make you feel part of our wonderful temple family. We want to remind everyone that we're going to mute everyone for the sake of featuring our rabbi and our cantor and any of our participants. If you have a copy of Mishkan Tefillah at home, feel free to follow along services as Rabbi will be calling out the page numbers. If you don't, we will be, as usual, screen sharing it for everyone to see in all of our readings and announcements. If you are participating in service tonight, if you have a reading of any sort, feel free at the time that the rabbi calls to unmute yourself and begin your reading. We hope everyone has a wonderful and peaceful Shabbat. We will be leaving the stream open after the conclusion of services for everyone to catch up with one another. But right now, let's get into bringing in the spirit of Shabbat together as a community as I turn it over to the Rabbi and Cantor Koritan. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Thank you very much, Andre, and Shabbat Shalom to everyone, and welcome to our visitors as well as our members. I'd like to now introduce Judy Fagan, our intrepid sisterhood leader, who has an announcement, and followed by the congregational president, Marvin Barris, who will also have announcements, and then we'll follow that with a special prayer for these very troubled times. Judy?
Yes, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Then as president of Sisterhood, I want to inform everybody that Monday, July the 20th at noon, we will be on Zoom for our second Sisterhood meeting, and Dr. Rabbi Shelley Moss will facilitate, and the topic is going to be grieving our life changes during the coronavirus pandemic. Rabbi Moss will be putting on his psychologist hat and help us through these hard times to get through everything. So I hope you come. As we said before, bring your little lunch or your little drink for lunch at noon on Monday, the 20th of July. Hope to see you there. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you for coming and joining us for this exciting Shabbat service. I have a couple of announcements to make before I start with the prayer that I have prepared for tonight. First of all, I want to thank and congratulate everyone for approving the contract for Rabbi Kaplan, who will be with us for many years to come. Also, the contract for Cantor Koritan was approved, and also one for Andre Ivory. So we will be having a full complement of professional people to help us with our temple, hopefully far beyond the time that we'll be dealing with this coronavirus. A couple other things. We had a task force which dealt with when we might be able to once again have services in the sanctuary. Unfortunately, because of the increase in coronavirus in Arizona at this time, the prospects of any time in the near future of having services in the sanctuary look like it will not be for some time. But we did prepare and approve a list of guidances for when we can do this, subject to whatever changes in the CDC and Arizona Health Department guidances for opening up the temple and other church services. So we'll be looking forward to that in the future. One other announcement that we have to make at this time is that it does not appear that we will be able to have services for the high holidays in the sanctuary. So we will be preparing Zoom services where everybody can participate as they do on Friday night. And we look forward to having an exciting high holiday services consistent with the unfortunate coronavirus, which we will be dealing with. There'll be more news to follow in this subject. Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu, our God and God of our fathers. In our isolation, we live in fear. We were not meant to be so alone. My mind shifts all day long. Where is my family? Where are my friends and associates? With whom can I share my feelings? I need to return to my world where I am needed and served. We spend our time in our minds trying to express these concerns, but we don't or can't find the words to express what we are feeling. We are exhausted but cannot rest. We look to relieve this stress. Hand washing has left my skin raw. My face is marked by our masks. Social distancing has left me feeling more alone than ever. I need to call a friend, but I am afraid that they won't understand. You know that I am in need of help, but I'm afraid to ask. Therefore, Lord, please help me calm down so I can stay focused on you. Help me not be afraid. I feel paralyzed. Return to me courage, strength, and an unwavering trust in you. In seeking your strength, I look to the Psalms and remember Psalm number 46. For the conductor, a song of the sons of Korah on alamoth, which is a musical instrument. God is for us a shelter and a strength, a help in troubles. He is very accessible. Therefore, we will not fear when the earth changes and when mountains totter into the hearts of seas. His water shall stir and be muddled. Mountains shall quake from his pride forever. But as for the river, its rivulets shall cause the city of God, the holy place, the dwellings of the Most High, to rejoice. God is in the midst that it should not totter. God shall help it as morning approaches. Nations have stirred, kingdoms have tottered. He let out his voice, and the earth shall melt. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress forever. Go and see the works of the Lord, that he has wrought devastation in the earth. He puts a stop to wars until the end of the earth. He will break the bow and cut the spear to pieces. Wagons he will burn with fires. Insist and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted upon the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress forever. Shabbat shalom, everyone. Thank you, Rabbi.
Shabbat shalom, Marvin, and thank you for that wonderful endorsement and for your heartfelt prayer in these troubled times. Together we will get through this. It's going to be another little period of isolation and quarantine, but we will get through it. And after it's all over, we will we'll breathe a collective sigh of relief. And so we just have to follow the instructions and try to keep occupied with something positive. I'd like to now ask Sandy Snitz to lead us in an opening prayer, which you can find at the bottom of page 278.
May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy. Aren't I reading the right one? May
Yes,
all who
you are.
struggle, huh?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And we may all live in such a way that this day fulfills its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Makadesh HaShabbat.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. We now greet Shabbat with the Shalom Aleichem, page 142.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi-Melech, Malachei Hamlakim, HaKadosh Baruch. Lochem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi-Melech, Malachei Amlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi-Melech, Malachei Amlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitzechem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi-Melech, Malachei Amlakim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Shabbat Shalom, and thank you, Cantor. I feel more relaxed. And let's all of us take a deep breath, breathe in, and hold the breath for just a couple of seconds, and let it out, and try to feel the entry of Shabbat into our bodies. Okay, let's do that just for a second. We now turn to the candle lighting. I believe that Susie and Tova are going to lead us first in a creative reading on page 121, and then in the Hadlakat Nerot themselves on page 120.
Yeah. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we be our lives. Give light to all who behold us, as their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light. So may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Bless all who enter the sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
I know, we have to read it. Can I get the other one? Okay.
Burn yourself. Drop it. Drop it. Get the thing.
Get it.
Oh, yeah. I told you to be ready.
you do it? Okay. Did I say that? So this. No, I thought you were. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chadolik ner shel Shabbos. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom, and thank you, Susie and Tova. For those who are missing Isabella and Olivia, who did the candle lighting last week, we have given them something to read later in the service, so they will be making an appearance. Hi, ladies. We now continue with the Kabbalat Shabbat service. We're expanding it just a little bit tonight to include not only the L'Chadodi, but two readings that will be read by Nan Rubin and Rich Lieber. And we begin, therefore, on page 138, then 140, and then 142. A Kabbalat Shabbat service.
L'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabala. L'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabala. L'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabala. L'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zakor b'dibur echad, ishmianu el ha'meyuchad. Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, l'shemo tiferet v'lihila. L'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. L'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzolo. O kamonei am segulo. Boi kala, l'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela. L'chadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nikabela.
A psalm, a song for Shabbat. It is good to praise Adonai, to sing hymns to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your steadfast love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night. With a 10-stringed harp, with voice and lyre together, you have gladdened me by your deeds. Adonai, I shout for joy at your handiwork. How great are your works, Adonai, how very subtle your design. A brute cannot know, a fool cannot understand this. The righteous bloom like a date palm. They thrive like a cedar in Lebanon, planted in the house of Adonai. They flourish in the courts of our God. In old age, they still produce fruit. They are full of sap and freshness, attesting that Adonai is upright, my rock in whom there is no wrong.
Peace be to you, O ministering angels, messengers of the Most High, Majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessing. Enter in peace, O messenger of peace, angels of the Most High, Majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessing. Bless me with peace, O messengers of peace, angels of the Most High, Majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessings. Depart in peace, O messenger of peace, angels of the Most High, Majesties of majesties, Holy One of blessing.
Amen. Amen and Shabbat Shalom as we conclude the Kabbalat Shabbat service. And before we begin the evening service, I thought this would be a wonderful time to do blessings for all those who are having birthdays and anniversaries in this month of July. Let's start with the anniversaries. And so I want to begin this blessing. If you are having an anniversary and you're tuned in, you can hold hands and get ready for a prayer. Oh God, eternal source of blessing, we turn to you in gratitude for the strength of devotion that have preserved and sustained the following couples and permitted them to reach this hour. David and Michelle Gluck, Barry and Liz Keels, Irving and Ilya Chanin, James and Deb May, Stephen and Gloria Bold, Jack and Marie Ramsey, and Randy and Jean Rosen, and any other couples that are out there that are celebrating the anniversary in this month that I have not included, and please forgive me. In the midst of family and loved ones and all of your friends here at TBS, you can look back upon the years that have passed since you first pledged yourself to one another. And you may be celebrating your 1-year anniversary, or your 10-year anniversary, or 50-year anniversary, or even longer. Many and varied have been your experiences since your wedding day. Many have been the mingled occasions of victory and defeat, of fulfillment and disappointment. You recall the joys that have graced your days with light and beauty. You remember the dark storms that shook them. In joys and trial alike, O God, we thank you for being with these couples. So may you continue to be with them, guiding and sustaining them in the years to come. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechiyanu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh. Blessed are you, Adonai, sovereign of all, for letting us reach this time of celebrating these anniversaries, for giving us life, for sustaining us, and enabling us to reach this happy moment. And let us all say,
Amen.
Amen. And now for birthdays, we have Ruth Oppenheimer, Dave Katz, Joanne Rockoff, Melissa Gomez, Meredith Weissman, Phyllis Hibben, Sandy Snitz, Judy Maggi, Toby Mayman, Micah Longmire, Harvey Gordon, Christine Mason, Deborah May, John Buris, Joanne Gorlick, B. Eisenberg, Bernie Feinberg, and Danielle Reed Toby. And let me offer prayer on behalf of their birthdays. Author of life, our times are in your hands. We thank you for the blessing of life and for everything that enriches our lives as we celebrate our birthday month. We turn to you now with special gratitude to share in the happiness of all of these people who are celebrating their birthday in the month of July. Be with them now and always. May they be blessed with happiness and health and the strength to overcome any sickness and sorrow that they may face at any point in the future. We honor them for the gifts that they bring to our sacred community, and we pray that each day brings all of them an abundance of blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shenatan mechachmatenu lebasav adam. We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. You give of your wisdom to flesh and blood on the occasion of their birthdays. And let us say, Amen. We want to wish Mazel Tov to everybody who has an anniversary or a birthday. Hopefully you'll be able to celebrate it in style. And you may not get as many presents as last year, but hopefully you can eat some very, very good food and enjoy some very, very good company and have a wonderful month of celebration. And let us say, we now continue with the Maariv service. For those of you who are taking the basic Hebrew prayers, this will become increasingly familiar to you. We begin with the Baruch on page 146, and then follow it with the Blessed Are You prayer in English on page 148 that Carmen Berkowitz will recite for us.
Baruch Hu et Adonai, Baruch, Baruch Adonai, Baruch, Baruch, Leolam Boed, Baruch, Baruch, Leolam Boed.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai is your name, ever-living God. May you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed art you, Adonai, who brings on evening.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom
Wasn't your turn yet?
Yes, it was. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars, creator of the tide of time and light. You guide the current of day into light, as heaven expands into infinity. You set its course for the eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows.
Together. This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it, we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over?
We continue with Everlasting Love on page 150, which will be read by David and Michelle Gluck. And then we'll go straight into the Shema and the Ve'ahavta on pages 152 and 154.
We will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night will reflect on them. They are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Amen.
Amen.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה שאנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננת לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשבתך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. We now turn to page 156. Phyllis Hibben will lead us in all this we hold, and we'll follow that with the Micha Mocha on 158.
All this we hold to be true and trustworthy for us. You are alone our God, and we are Israel, your people. You are our sovereign and Savior, who delivers us from oppressors' hands and saves us from tyrants' fists. You work wonders without number, marvels beyond count. You give us life and steady our footsteps. You perform miracles for us before Pharaoh, and signs and wonders in the land of the Egyptians. You led your people Israel out from their midst to freedom for all time. You and your children witnessed your dominance. They praised your name in gratitude, and they accepted your sovereignty. Moses, Miriam, and all Israel sang to you together, lifting their voices joyously.
מלכותך ראו בניך, וכהים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלינו ואמרו, זה אלינו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך מעלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילה עושה פלא, נורא תהילה עושה פלא. יאללה לה 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 לה, יאללה לה לה יאללה לה לה, יאללה לה 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 לה, יאללה לה לה יאללה לה לה. ונאמר יכבד אדוני את יעקב, וגלום יחזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Wonderful, Cantor. I'm going to ask you to continue with the Ufrat Aleinu on the following page 160.
Ufrat Aleinu Sukkot, Sukkot Shelomecha, Yalalala, Yalalala,
Very nice. We continue now with the tefillah, which begins on page 164 and 166. Michael Alvarado is going to read the Hebrew. Then Judy Maggi will read the English on 166. And Walter Davies and his daughter Sela will read Ata Gibor on 168. We continue now with the tefillah, beginning on 164. Michael, over to you, 164 and 166.
Michael, please unmute yourself.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagi teilatecha Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avoteinu b'imoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rika Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah El Gadol Gibor Anoram El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Bekonei Hakol Besocher Chasdei Abod Kimagod Umei Bigula Livnei Benayem Laman Shmo Baba Melech Oseir Umashiach Umagen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Abraham Bezrat Sarah.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, God of our fathers and mothers, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, God of Rachel, and God of Leah, the great, mighty, and awesome God, transcendent God, who bestows loving kindness, creates everything out of love, remembers the love of our fathers and mothers, and brings redemption to their children's children for the sake of the divine name. Sovereign deliverer, helper, and shield, blessed are you, Adonai, Sarah's helper, Abraham's shield.
אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, בחיי הכל מתים אתה רב פלושיעה. מוריד הטל, בכלכל חיים בחסד, בחיי הכל מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לישנה הפר, מחמוך בעל גיבורות, ומדומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל המתים. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל המתים.
Amen. And now we have Isabella and Olivia, and they're going to read a prayer from the Mishkan Tefillah for Youth, which you will see on the screen. I believe this is the first time we're using this prayer book ever, and it's very colorful, and I think it's very heartfelt. Page 61 in the Mishkan Tefillah for Youth. Isabella and Olivia, it's all yours.
All right. What does peace look like?
It looks like Jacob and Esau hugging after many years apart. It looks like two countries singing in peace treaty.
Signing a peace treaty.
Signing a peace treaty. It looks like Rebekah comforting Isaac after the death of his mother Sarah.
What does peace sound like?
It sounds like kind words on a bad day. It sounds like a sincere apology and promise to try harder. It sounds like people who are different trying to understand each other.
What does peace feel like?
It feels like Joseph's tears when he reunited with his brothers. It feels like people going outside without being afraid. It feels like everything is going to be okay.
Amen. 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 We pause now for a moment of silent prayer and reflection after that wonderful prayer, and then follow that with Oseh Shalom, which you can find on page 180.
Oseh Shalom, Shalom Bimromav, Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'akol Yisrael, Emru Amen, Yaseh Shalom Aleinu ve'akol Yisrael. Amen. Oseh Shalom, Shalom Bimromav, Yaseh Shalom Aleinu ve'akol Yisrael. Amen. Ve'akol Yisrael.
Amen. You will have noticed that we have made a few changes this evening. One of them is the Mishaberach, that I've moved out of the tefillah and to make its own little section. Technically, the Mishaberach could be seen as part of the tefillah, but I found that it was kind of getting in the middle there, and also page-wise it didn't match. So we're now going to turn to the Mishaberach now that we've completed the tefillah, and you can find this on page 371, and you can also type in all the names of the people that you'd like us to pray for refuat nefesh, refuat guf, healing of any and all types. I'd like to pray for one of the people that I've become closest to in this congregation ever since I met him on my interview, 4-day interview, a year ago, January it is, already a year and a half ago. And that's Dave Katz. And we all pray that he recovers very quickly and is back to full strength and can go hiking with me once more. I see the messages are starting to flash across. And so we pray for all of those people, friends and relatives, neighbors, and all those who are in need of any type of healing, as we join together in the Mishaberach, page 371.
Mishaberach Avoteinu, Mikor Abracha Beimoteinu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Yishabera imotenu, Mikor Abraham labotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and welcome to all. And if you were at our Portion of the Week discussion on Wednesday, we had a very animated time because the portion this week, Pinchas, is very risque in a sense and very